Hi, and welcome to Missed It by How Much. This is the channel that tests sports hypotheses by using computer game engines. Currently replaying the 2013 baseball season as the Dodgers manager and general manager, taking care of the transactions on and off the field. Playing Action PC Baseball as if it's OOTP. A couple things I didn't mention on the last video. One is that the real team at this time, at 40 games, was actually 7 below 500. You can see that still in the game that we're going to today, that the Dodgers won. And I brought up this 30-10 mark. Also made me look at what were the best 40 game seasons to start. Take a quick look. Some of the best records, 35-5 by the 84 Tigers. As you go down, not a top 20 team. That record, well, I guess top 20, tied for 18th, but there's many teams that are tied for 18th, including the 2020 Dodgers that won the World Series, and the 1977 team that lost in the World Series to the Yankees. So that's put in perspective where we're at right now as a team. Last couple games, take a look at those. We talked about Ryu's win in the first game against Atlanta on the road trip. They won the next game in relief against the Braves. These next two games that I'm going to talk about, Capuano and McGill pitched, so they were not expected wins, let's just say. Capuano pitched well, though, in 5 1/3. He gives up 4 hits and 6 strikeouts. And then the bullpen came in, excellent pitching throughout. Belisario gave up an earned run. He was the only one that supposedly had plus stuff, but did not pitch well. Jansen came in and got 4 of his 5 outs as strikeouts before Howell finished up. Medlin took the loss. Let's take a look at the hitting for that game. Dodgers got 3 runs in the 7th. So let's go to play-by-play. Take a look at that. No scoring all the way to the 7th inning in Atlanta. He started out with Loney grounding to the pitcher, then Ethier doubled. Puig walked intentionally. Schumacher had a single which loaded the bases. And then, as I like to do with Gordon, I put in the squeeze play, a safety squeeze. It worked. Ethier scored. That made Gordon the second out. And then Van Slyke came to pinch hit for the pitcher, and he got a single, which scored Puig and Schumacher. That game took a good inning up to a great inning. In the bottom of the 8th, pinch hitting Gaddis hit a home run that made it 3-1 off Belisario. And after a single, I didn't mess around anymore. Jansen came in and struck out 3 in a row to end the 8th. Unfortunately, didn't have enough pitches to finish. He struck out Johnson, and then Howell came in. And after giving up a single, Ugla popped out. And another single by Johnson. A different Johnson, I guess. Schaefer struck out with the tying runs on base. And then the last game, the 42nd game, the Dodgers lost in extra innings, even though Matt McGill was pitching, and that should have been a loss for sure in Atlanta. It took till the 10th for that to occur. Atlanta jumped out to a 2-0 lead after Francisco hit a 2-run homer off McGill. Then in the 5th, the Dodgers got 2 back. Loney grounded a single, Kemp doubled, 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. Schumacher was hit, so the bases were loaded. And again, Gordon tried the squeeze. That got one home. That was the first out. Cruz flied out. That tagged, and Kemp scored, and it made it 2-2. So the bottom of the fifth, with 2 outs, Hayward hit a solo home run. So it was 3-2. And then the top of the sixth, the Dodgers answered with the Puig home run. This game also featured a Puig home run that was called a foul after a challenge by the Braves. And so the game stayed at 3 until the 10th, where I was just about out of pitchers. And with the runner on second, Pena got him to third with a ground out, and then Ugla hit a 2-run home run that finished him off. Here you see the batting and the pitching lines there. 3 runs from McGill in 4 2/3 innings. Good relief pitching otherwise. Withrow gave up that game-winning home run. I believe in this game, Gordon got caught stealing. Let's see if I'm right about that. I guess not. Maybe it was the other game. Either way, when he was caught, he was an 81% chance to steal second and still got thrown out. So I don't know exactly where my threshold is where I would want to steal. It would probably be over 70. 80 seems like a good spot, but it didn't work out. Again, I've seen 93%. I might have seen a 97% not work out before, so nothing is safe for sure. Here it is. Gordon is 5th, caught stealing. So we're done with Atlanta. We now move to Milwaukee on this road trip, where our 3 good pitchers, aces, I guess, of the way that Ryu's pitching, he could be considered an ace on many teams since he's the Cy Young Award leader. And you know how I feel about Zach Greinke and Clayton Kershaw. They will be pitching in this series against Milwaukee, who's right now in 4th place in the Central with a 16-26 record. I do believe the Dodgers swept them earlier in the season at home. We'll see how it goes today with Ryu. I'm fairly certain that Kenley Jansen will be down. We'll see about Withrow, who pitched in the extra innings in the previous game. Right now, Boston has opened up a 4.5 game lead in the East, the AL East, over Tampa Bay. As the schedule repopulates, the Dodgers will face Gallardo, who's 2-2 with a very respectable 2.65 ERA. And Kershaw will throw today, not Ryu. He'll pitch later in the series. Kershaw with a 2.39 ERA. We'll push the button and let that happen until we get our game. Tampa Bay now facing Toronto across the border. And they take a loss there. R.A. Dickey with the win. And there you see the other games. Cole Hamels off to a terrible start, 1-6 with a 4.53 ERA. Taking on the Marlins and they win. Wow. 3-2 in that one. Cincinnati keeps on winning. 5-0 over the Mets. Very interesting how Cincinnati's played. Can't wait to see them in a series. St. Louis still on their heels, 29-14. They're 3 games back in the Central. Atlanta's opened up a pretty good lead at 6 games. The Dodgers with a 7-game lead. Texas ahead of Oakland by 4.5. Detroit by 7.5 now. Boston we talked about. Now 5.5, but the Tampa Bay lost, and the Boston win 14-1. They've just been rolling. San Diego now 7 back, takes second place in the National League West. And now to our game against Milwaukee. First to make a lineup. I believe we're facing Gallardo, it said, and I believe he's a lefty, correct? Nope, he's a righty. Okay, now you know we do have to manage the at-bats per player. So there's kind of a limit on, especially Juan Uribe, who's probably ahead of his pace, a couple other people. But if there's going to be a platoon, the platoon is going to be the better players are going to play when our 3 aces are pitching. So that's what we'll do today. And we're going to look at our load lineup that we usually have against right-handers. See how that works. Puig has not been great against right-handers. Take a look at those numbers. Loney has really been the leader. Then Mark Ellis and Victorino. I prefer Victorino in the 1 spot. And then we can go Loney. And we can move Mark Ellis up to 3rd. I believe he's just been back from an injury, and he should be back the rest of the way. And then that puts Ethier in the cleanup spot. Okay, I like this better. Puig does play. His arm's too valuable to not have. Uribe, then Gordon, then Ellis. I don't know that I like that. But those are what the numbers say, so that's what we'll go with. Now looking at the pitching staff, Kershaw will start. And here you go with who's available. Withrow's down and Kinley is down. That might be the first time he's been down. He usually can pitch 3 days in a row, but I overused him in the last game in Atlanta. So the main 4 will be available. Rodriguez, Howell, Belisario. I don't know who I'm missing here. Guerra is in, and Guerrero is in. So we have the 2 lefties. We've got Belisario. Oh, it's Withrow. Withrow and Kinley are down. So Guerra and Guerrero are playing the part of Kinley as their extra right-hander. Okay, range is 7.4. We're 4.8 expectation and runs scored. If we can do that, that should be enough to beat the Brewers. Kershaw pitching, but we'll see. Well, the first thing is 64 degrees and the wind is blowing out to left center field at 10 miles an hour, and that has to favor the Brewers, who have some power threats of their own, but they have a loaded right-handed side, including Weeks with double-digit home runs, Gomez with double-digit home runs, Braun with 8 home runs. So we'll see if that plays a part in this game in terms of home runs. Let's play a game. But first, the Dodgers will hit against Victorino. That looks like a single to left. And the Dodgers have a first hit. Poor play by Braun causes it. That's his 5th of the season. Victorino had a 41% clip, will stay as Loney steps in. Face the right-hander, and he hits one on a line at Aoki. And I guess they had to make a decision and they let it bounce because it's only a single. Okay, first and second, nobody out for Ellis. This could be a place where we could bunt. He's a 6 sacrifice. Looking for runs here early on. going to trust him to make contact and not into a double play. So here we go. And he hits the ground ball to third. Ramirez to Weeks for one, and that's it. So Loney's erased, but Victorino moves to third. There's runners on the corners of the diamond with one out for Ethier. Needs to make contact here, not high enough to try to steal second. So Ethier trying to stay out of the double play, and there's a throw over, and Ellis is back, and it's lower, and he wasn't going anyhow. So Ethier strikes out. That's a big out, and non-productive out. 2 down for Puig. Hitting .318 on the season with 8 home runs, 36 RBI, and OPS of 970. And he walks. So the bases are now loaded with 2 outs. And I feel like this is a big play in the game. One way or the other. For Juan Uribe, who's been hitting better lately, but still with a .224 average, 4 home runs, 15 RBI, OPS of 665. Good numbers here. You've already had Gallardo pitch 26 pitches, but if you don't get a run across, it's almost all for naught. Pitch. That looks like a base hit. Is it past Segura? It is. Victorino scores, Ellis scores, and the Dodgers take an early 2-0 lead on a single by Uribe. Now up is Gordon. And we're not going to try to bunt here. It does a 0 good with 2 outs. So. And he hits a ground ball to Segura. That should be an easy out second. But the Dodgers strike first on the scoreboard and lead after half an inning 2-0. Milwaukee's lineup comes to face Clayton Kershaw for the first time. Clayton on the season with a 2.39 ERA, 6-1, giving up 45 hits and 67 and 2/3 innings pitched, 16 walks and 58 strikeouts. Facing Aoki. There's a fly ball to center, not to left center, just to center, and Victorino has it. Just about in the shade area. 1 out for Gene Segura. He's hitting .283 on the season with 7 home runs, 19 RBI, and OPS of 787. Pitch by Kershaw, the fly ball to left center. And it's way back, and that ball is gone, and there's strike 1 against Kershaw, being left-handed. That's number 8 on the season for Segura. Thank goodness it's a solo shot, 413 feet. And the Brewers cut the lead in half to 2-1. There's Ryan Braun, who can do the same thing. The pitch by Kershaw strikes him out. 2 outs for Aramis Ramirez, hitting .237 on the season. 676 OPS, and he hits a ground ball to Uribe. And that'll be an easy toss across the diamond. We're through 1. The home run by Segura makes it a 2-1 Dodger lead. Ellis, Kershaw, and back up to Victorino here in the second against Gallardo. Gallardo pitches, and it's a ground ball to Betancourt. 1 out for Kershaw. And it looks like he has got a single to right center over Weeks' head. Aoki picks it up and tosses it back in. Kershaw will hold with a 1 out single for Victorino, who has a hit and a run scored in the game already. The pitch is a liner to center. Is it going to fall? It falls in front of Gomez. Kershaw will hold only a 1 running. And it's first and second with 1 out for Loney, who also has a hit. Good numbers. And there's a passed ball. That helps a lot, especially with somebody with Kershaw's speed, to maybe get home. We're going to get rid of this picture and come on back. Gallardo is now up to 45 pitches with 1 out. A ground ball out may get Kershaw home here. Those are good numbers, an OPS of 1.334 for Loney. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball to second. It's a 56% chance for him to be safe. He's that slow, but we're going to take it. Let's see if he throws home. If he throws home, he's out. He throws home, he's out. And it's a double play. Grounder through the middle. I need to save it first. Okay, well, it's not a double play, but it also isn't a run scored. Victorino moves to third on the play. So that bit, I guess, should have held with his speed so low. But it hadn't been thrown out at the plate yet, so now we know. First and third with 2 outs, and it's up to Mark Ellis to get a run home here. Decent numbers, probably right on average, that OPS. The pitch struck him out. Second strikeout for Gallardo. He gets out of trouble that half inning, not giving up a run. We go to the bottom of the second. It's 2-1 Dodgers. Facing Lucroy, Gomez, and Weeks. Kershaw back on the mound. Lucroy starts off with a base hit to left. Is going to get past Ethier for extra base. It will. A poor play by Ethier turns it into a double for the catcher Lucroy. And Jonathan has his 6th of the season. The leadoff double is in trouble now with Gomez, who's probably their best hitter. Overall, 273 average with 11 home runs, 23 RBI, 952 OPS. He's way ahead of his pace. He should have 40 home runs by the end of the season. We'll see. All right, got to bear down here. Can give up one. You don't want to give up a whole bunch. Those are still decent numbers to get him, but Kershaw doesn't. He walks them. So it's first and second, no one out. But we're now to the bottom of the order, starting off with Weeks. Don't let the 195 average fool you. He has 10 home runs, which is the same amount that he has for the whole season. And he's 200 at-bats below. His OPS is 825, so this doesn't get any easier, no matter what this box over here says. Let's see what Kershaw can do here. He strikes him out. 1 out for Betancourt, first baseman. He's hitting 241 with 8 home runs and 141 at-bats. OPS is 706. He's going to have to bear down against him as well with the pitcher on deck. There's a fly ball to center. Victorino going back. Looks playable. Looks like a can of corn. He drops the apron and collects the ball. 2 outs for the pitcher Gallardo. Let's see what he's doing. He's a 333 average, 4 hits and 12 at-bats. So he's nobody to play around with, but you got nowhere to put him. So we're going to pitch. There's a fly ball to left. It's more like left than left center. Ethier should have it. He has a bead. His glove goes up, and the ball comes down in it. Little shakiness after the leadoff double, but no runs scored. We're through 2. It's 2-1 Dodgers. Ethier, who just made the last out, gets a chance to hit. Puig follows, and Uribe, who has a 2 RBI single after that. Gallardo now at 49 pitches, watches Ethier get a single into right center. Is he going to try for 2? He's got a chance. An 84% chance right here, but we're not going to take it because that arm, that 7 arm, scares me, and we're on the road too. So, leadoff single for Ethier, and Puig steps in. He has yet to record an at-bat because he walked his first time up. So let's see what happens here. He has great numbers. Look at those numbers. OPS over 1. Pitch by Gallardo is a fly ball to left. It's up high. It's leveled down. Braun's got it, he says. Calls off, and he makes the catch. And Ethier retreats to first. 1 out. Puig gave it a ride, but he didn't get it up in the gust of wind. Still at 10 miles an hour out to left center field. That brings up Uribe, who's already 1 for 1. Ethier at a 67% chance to steal here. I still don't like those odds playing on the road. First, the throw over. And Ethier's back. And now it's down to 29%. The pitch to Uribe is a pop-up. Looks like it's Segura's. He tells Ramirez to get out of his way. And he records the out. 2 down now. Ethier's still stuck at first for D. Gordon, who's hitting 256 on the season with 2 home runs, 14 RBI, 19 runs scored, and OPS of 637. Looks like a good place for trying a bunt for a hit. He gets it down, but he's not moving very fast. and the throw should get him. It does. We get the leadoff single that could have been a double, and that's it. We're through 2.5. It's 2-1 Dodgers. Can just feel how much harder it is to score here on the road. Almost everything has to be perfect. All right, top of the order from Milwaukee. Milwaukee, Segura, and Braun faces Kershaw here in the third inning, and Kershaw's already up to 41 pitches out of a possible 115. So I mean that you got to factor that in as well. Okay, here we go. Second time through the lineup. And there's a fly ball to left. That looks easy. Ethier coming in, Gordon going out. Ethier makes the play, one down for Segura, who's homered. The only run thus far for Milwaukee. He'll step in again. He's hitting 288 on the season with 8 home runs, 20 RBI, and OPS of 814. He's on pace for 30 home runs. He only had 12 in the real season. Pitch by Kershaw. Struck him out. That's 3 for Clayton. He's now crossed the 50 threshold in terms of pitches, and we're still not through the third. 2 outs for Braun. He's 0 for 1. He's a strikeout victim, correct? Yep. But he has power. Those numbers are pretty good slugging. Let's see what Kershaw can do against him here. Struck him out. That's the 4th K. We're through 3 innings. 1/3 of this game is complete, and the Dodgers lead 2-1. Bottom of the order here in the 4th. Gallardo's pitching decent. 2 runs. That's it in the first. 64 out of a possible 110. So the Dodgers haven't touched him much. He has a 2.83 ERA versus his real ERA of 4.18 on the season. Facing Ellis, Kershaw, and then back to the top with Victorino for the 3rd time. Pitch to Ellis, a fly ball to left center. Is that deep enough? Back goes Braun. Says he has it. And he makes a great play to make the catch. That's his 4th of the season. Let's get a readout on what happened. He was on the track. He lays out. I don't know if I've ever seen Ryan Braun dive for a ball. Anyhow, 1 out for Kershaw, who has a hit. See if you can get a second hit. This time it's to right center. Back goes Aoki, but he's in the shade, and he makes the catch. 2 down. Back to the top for Victorino, 2 for 2, and he scored a run. 69 pitches for Gallardo. And Victorino hits it where you want to hit it. That's in that left center gap. Back goes Gomez, but he says he's got it, and he makes the catch on the track. Nothing across to the Dodgers. Go to the bottom of the 4th. Still 2-1. Ramirez, Lucroy, and Gomez step in against Kershaw, who's now almost this will be his 60th pitch. And there's a fly ball to left center. Back goes Ethier. It levels, so he should have a shot at catching it. And Andre does. He makes the catch. 1 out for Loney. For Lucroy. He's 1 for 1. And he hits one to left center, and that's a deep 2. And that's way back. Victorino makes the catch at the track. Still 10 miles an hour to left center field. All right, we've only seen 1 home run thus far in that area. Or any area. Okay, 2 outs for Gomez. Be careful with him as well. Kershaw's pitch is a ground ball to Uribe. Big Sunday hop. Throws across, but Gomez can run, and he is out on a close play at first. Nice stretch by Loney to get him. We're through 4. It's 2-1 Dodgers. Okay. Loney, Mark Ellis, and Ethier step in against Gallardo. The pitch. Loney walks. All right, another leadoff base runner. Let's see. That's a 2nd walk by Gallardo. Loney, no threat to run. Ellis, again, average numbers. We'll see what he can do here. And he hits a ground ball to short. This could be 2. Segura to Weeks for 1, and that's it. Mark Ellis fast enough to get down the line and not get thrown out. 1 out, Ellis at first for Ethier. 1 for 2. Has good numbers, a 957 OPS. Let's see if he can do something. He walks. I believe that's the third walk by Gallardo. First and second, one out for Puig. He's walked, and he's flied out deep. Pitch by Gallardo. Pop-up. Foul territory. Ramirez calls everybody off. Makes the catch. 2 outs for Uribe, who has the 2 RBI for the Dodgers on a single. Facing Gallardo, who's pitched around a lot of base runners. And he hits one to left center. It's up high. It's up deep. Gomez going back. Is it gone? It's off the wall. There's an error of some sort. Ellis scores. Ethier rounding third. He'll score. Uribe will hold up at second. That's his 7th double of the season. The Dodgers now lead 4-1. And that's it for Gallardo. Let's see what happened. Braun went back. He crashed into the wall. He couldn't make the catch. So no error given, even though the colors went red. He just couldn't make the call. Or make the catch, excuse me. Alfredo Figueroa comes in to pitch. The Dodgers exhale, now with a 4-1 lead. 2 outs. Uribe on second, and Gordon steps in. Here's the pitch by Figueroa. He walks. So runners at first and second now with 2 out. And Ellis, who's 0 for 2, even though a great play had to happen to catch his deep fly ball. Wind still blowing out to left center field. Figueroa on the season with a 4.76 ERA. 18 hits in 22 2/3 innings pitched, 3 walks, 10 strikeouts. Whip under 1. The pitch to Ellis. Okay, there's a fan came on the field. After 41 minutes, Kershaw is okay. Figueroa throw. Well, that's interesting. With no weather delays in our season, that's the first real delay we've had. And that probably is going to affect Kershaw down the line, which will affect our chances of winning this game. So that hurt. Here's the pitch to Ellis. That's an easy ground ball to Segura. Thrown out at first. But the Dodgers get 2 on a big hit by Uribe. He has 4 RBI in the game. And we go to the bottom of the 5th, leading 4-1. Kershaw is strong. He's strong, but look at his expected pitch count. Just went from 115 to 85. So, there's a way the game evens things out, even though we're playing in a dome, apparently. Okay, so probably this half inning is it. Here's the bottom of the lineup to face, although Weeks does have power. That's probably going to be it for him, unfortunately for us. Strikes out Weeks, that's his 5th strikeout, facing Betancourt. 6th strikeout. If he's going to be done this half inning, he's going to make it good. And he'll go over his expected pitch count here against Figueroa, although he probably will be pinch hit for here. Nope. He's going to stay in the game, and he's going to hit a liner right at Gordon, and that's it for Kershaw. He goes over the expected pitch count. We're through 5. It's 4-1 Dodgers, so the bullpen's going to have to do it by committee the rest of the way. You have a 3-run lead, but there's still 12 outs to get, and Kershaw won't be a part of it. Okay, so knowing that we're going to hit for Kershaw, let's look at the bench. See who's available. There's no way I would have hit for him. But because of the fan disturbance, took a toll on his arm, I guess. Scott Van Slyke looks like my best option, and he will come in to pinch hit. Hopefully he can get some more runs across because we're going to need it. This game's not going to end 4-1. Pitch by Figueroa is a fly ball to left field, and it's high, but it's leveled. Braun going back. He's been a busy guy today. The ball comes down in his glove. 1 out for Victorino. Been busy also. 2 for 3 with a run scored. He hits one to right center, and that is deep. And that ball will not come back in its original form. That's a home run, a solo shot for Victorino. He's now 3 for 4. That gives the Dodgers a little breathing room. His 9th home run, 386 feet. It's 5-1. All right, James Loney next up. He hits a ground ball to Weeks. Big hop. 2 down for Ellis, who's 0 for 3, but the times he's grounded, forcing other players, he's scored. So we'll see what he can do here against Figueroa. There's a fly ball to center. Gomez going back. He thinks he has it. The glove goes up and the ball comes down in it. We're through 5.5. It's 5-1 Dodgers on the solo shot by Victorino. All right, now we have to go batter by batter here. And there's a lot of righties coming up. So, past Aoki, we're going to go right-handed. Okay? 12 outs. And I've got 5 pitchers to do it. Okay, they're looking for the lefty. Boy, this team is right-hand dominant. And look at even the bench. And 2 of my better relievers that's available, I would say my 2 best relievers are left-handed. This doesn't look good, folks. So we're just going to go batter by batter. Here we go. Aoki hits lefties better than righties. Huh. I can't choose anybody. So we're going to go to the lefties now, even though we got a whole bunch of righties coming up. We're going to go with our best reliever right now, and that's Paco. And he'll go in Scott Ness-like spot. Defense is pretty good. We could get rid of Gordon right now, since we have 5 runs, and we need to win this game. Cruz is coming in as our new shortstop. He'll hit in Gordon's spot. Yeah, this is going to be batter by batter. Let's see how he does against Aoki. 12 outs to a win. We're starting to count down early. There's a ground ball to James. Big hop. Steps on the bag easily. 11 outs to a win. Facing Segura, who's already homered. Those are pretty good numbers for somebody against Paco, even though they're below average. Let's see what he can do against Gene. There's a ground ball to first. Is that going to get past Loney? He messes it up. There's an error. That's his 2nd of the season. And Segura's safe at first. That's how a rally happens. And with 10 speed, we have to throw over there and make sure it goes down a little bit. 66% changes to a 76%. And these numbers for Ryan Braun are great. We're going to try another pickoff here. I don't know that he'd run. Would he run? 68%. You're going to have to be very careful here with Ryan Braun. So let's take a look. That might be it for him. Belisario's much better here. And that's what we're going to do. Paco, you did your job. You're going to have to rely on these right-handers to win this game, unfortunately. And they're not the better pitcher. All right, that gets up Segura to 73, but I still don't think he's going to run. We'll see. Not with Braun up. And there's a pass play he doesn't need to. Excuse me, a wild pitch, and Segura moves to 2nd. 1 out. Runner at 2nd for Braun. Those numbers are still below average, I feel like. He's got the slug, though. Still 10 miles an hour to center field. A long time to win here. 11 outs. Belisario's going to have to pick it up. and he walks Braun. When we're going to run out of pitchers, relief pitchers soon, if I can't get some people to get some outs. Segura went to third? I guess the walk pitch was wild. So that's 2 for him already. All right, Aramis Ramirez stepping in. That's a little bit above average, I would say. Belisario running out of my patience. Runners in the corners, 1 out for Ramirez. The pitch is a ground ball to Uribe. We're not going to throw home. They can score that run. See if we can get the force at second. Braun is erased, and Ramirez makes it safely to first. So there's 2 outs now. You're 10 outs from a win. And Lucroy steps in. He has a hit. I believe he had a double. Let's see. Yep, he had a double. Okay. 5-2. Lucroy at the plate. Has 4 home runs thus far on the season and 110 at-bats. We're going to trust that Belisario doesn't give up a home run here. Even though he hasn't pitched very well. He's only at 11 pitches, so. There's a fly ball to right center. Back goes Victorino. He looks like he's got it. He's in the shade at the track near the wall, makes the catch, and the inning is retired. Brewers threaten to have a huge inning, but only end up with 1. We're through 6. 2/3 of this game is complete, and the Dodgers lead 5-2. Ethier, Puig, and Uribe come up. An insurance run or 2 wouldn't be bad. Still pitching is Figueroa. He strikes out Ethier, 1 down. Puig steps in 0 for 2 on the day. It's a fly ball to left. Back, finally out of the infield. Braun seems to have a track on it. He flips the shades, makes the catch, and there's 2 out. Nobody on for Uribe, who's had a day, 2 for 3 with 4 RBI. He's grounded a single. He's popped out to short. He's probably fouled out to short, if I remember correctly, and then he's doubled. Nobody on now, facing Figueroa. Here in the top of the 7th. The pitch is a fly ball to left center. It's back. It's really high. And he's got his 5th RBI on the day. That looks like it's gone. And Uribe says, thanks for putting me in the lineup. 3 for 4. His 5th home run of the season. 347 feet. Just make it over the wall. And the Dodgers lead 6-2. Cruz, defensive replacement for Gordon, steps in now against Figueroa, and he hits a ground ball to Weeks. Just past second base, turns his body, pivots, and throws him out. But the Dodgers get another insurance run on the home run by Juan Uribe, who has 5 RBI in this game. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 6-2 Dodgers. Belisario still has some pitches against the very dangerous Gomez. Let's see if he can get him out. There's a ground ball to Uribe, who just finished trotting around the bases. This time he's going to try to throw Gomez out again, a second time at first. On a really close play, he retires their best hitter. 1 out. 8 outs to a win. Belisario still with pitches in that arm, facing Weeks, who's 0 for 2 on the game. The pitch struck him out. That's his 3rd strikeout of the game. The first 2 against Kershaw. 2 outs in the 7th. Is that it for Belisario? He's over the expected pitch limit. Betancourt and Figueroa up next. Let's take a look. We're 7 outs from a win. I don't want to use Howell yet. So it's either Guerrero or Guerra. I'm going to go with Guerrero. I trust Guerrero. So one of these 2 guys is going to have to pitch against the heart of their lineup. And who's better? I'm going to guess we're going to go with Guerrero. All right. Matt on the season with a 1.69 ERA and 16 innings pitched. He's given up 10 hits, 2 home runs, 3 walks, and 14 strikeouts with a whip of .813. Facing Betancourt, who's 0 for 2 today. On the season, 238 average with 8 home runs, 26 RBIs, 12 runs scored, and an OPS of 697. See if he can get through this half inning right here. And he strikes him out. We're through 7 complete. It's 6-2 Dodgers. Figueroa comes back out for the 8th inning. 36 of his 45 expected pitch count, facing A.J. Ellis. And A.J. hits one to center. Gomez, almost right in his tracks, makes the catch, 1 out. For Guerrero. And I will give up this at bat easily to keep him in the game. And John Axford, who I remember in the home games for the Dodgers, pitched terribly, comes in relief with 2 outs to face the top with Victorino's 3 for 4 today, stepping in. Axford on the season with a devilish 6.66 ERA, with giving up 26 hits and 24 and a third innings pitched, 7 home runs, and the real season only gave up 10. 5 walks with 28 strikeouts with a whip of 1.274. He's 1-2 with no saves. Victorino, 3 for 4 today. Singled, fly to deep left center, and hit a solo home run. Weather's still the same in the dome. 10 miles an hour out to center field. Somebody needs to turn that air conditioning down. Victorino hits one to dead center. And it's back, and so is Gomez. He looks up and makes the catch. Looks like it's on the track. Guess not. We're through 7.5 innings. It's 6-2 Dodgers. 6 outs to a win. The first out will be attempted against a pinch hitter. Alex Gonzalez is coming in for Axford. Guerrero at 3 out of a possible 20 pitches. Defense is steady here. No changes needed. Okay. Gonzalez on the season hitting 161 and 93 at bats. He has 15 hits, including a home run, 8 RBIs, 5 runs scored, an OPS of 435. I'm not wasting any more time. Here's the pitch. And he promptly hits one into left center. So he's going to start this rally right here. Next up, Aoki. Hitting 292, 3 home runs, 11 RBI, 18 runs scored. OPS is 728. We're going to give him another chance. Pitch. Struck him out. 2 strikeouts for Matt. 5 outs to a win. Here's Segura. Segura has really good numbers here. Let's take a look at, we've got 2 more pitchers to use. Seemingly, he hits really good against lefties. But yet, he doesn't have good numbers here against Howell. Where's even better than Guerrero? We could take a chance here and go to the pin. Take a look. Let's see how Braun is against left-handers. I know he has power. Very good against left-handers. So if I bring in Howell, am I only going to use him for 1 batter? We're going to let Guerrero pitch. This might be a mistake. Gonzalez a 1 at first. He's not going to run. The pitch is a ground ball to Loney. He goes to Cruz for 1. The runner is out, and Segura makes 2. And that's the end of the half inning. The threat to Milwaukee is snuffed out quickly on a double play. Loney to Cruz, back to Loney. And that's it. No runs scored. We're through 8. It's 6-2 Dodgers. Michael Gonzalez coming in to pitch, the left-hander, facing Loney. And with a 6-2 lead, I'll let him hit against the left-hander. And he gets a base hit over Weeks' head into right center. He's not going to try for second. He'll hold with a single and a 4-run lead. Next up is Ellis. Oh, look at these numbers against the lefty. He's definitely going to swing. Loney off of first, and there's a ground ball to Segura. Oh, it's to Weeks. He flips to Segura. The runner is out, and Mark Ellis makes two. Two out for Ethier, who can't hit lefties very well. And he hits a ground ball to Segura. We're going to go to the ninth. 3 outs from a win. The Dodgers lead 6-2. Braun, Ramirez, and Lucroy. Guerrero is tired. And those numbers are great. So we need 3 outs. We can go to Guerrero here if we want. It's not a whole lot better. 288 versus 304. The slug is a little bit less with Guerrero versus Guerrero. Okay, that's the move. And Guerrero can stay until he gets into trouble, and then we're going to go to JP Howell to try to finish it. Those are not great numbers. Solo shot here, still a 3-run lead. It's not a solo shot. It's a base hit, though, over Cruz's head. Ethier will throw it back in. These are going to be the 3 hardest outs, I feel like. Ramirez steps in. He's 0 for 3. He has great numbers against Guerrero. Let's see if that's it for him, and we go to Howell. It's not significantly better here. Well, yeah, it's significantly better. All right. That's it. Sorry. Javi threw 1 pitch, and now it's down to Howell. JP Howell in the season with a 0.82 ERA. He's 1-0 with 3 saves. He's given up 3 hits in 11 innings pitched, 1 home run, 2 walks, 17 strikeouts, a whip of .455. He usually doesn't come in against right-handers, and that's who he's going to see right now. Ramirez, Lucroy, Gomez. If anybody else gets on, Weeks. See if he can do it without giving up 4 runs. Braun is 7, but I don't think he's going anywhere right now. The pitch to Ramirez. The ground ball to short. Cruz to Ellis for 1. The runner is out, and the hitter makes 2. And the second double play in the last 4 outs gives the Dodgers an opportunity to win this game and this at-bat. Jonathan Lucroy steps in with his .261 average of 4 hits, 14 RBI, 17 runs scored, and a .756 OPS, but the bases are empty now. And not as scary. Howell. The pitch to Lucroy is a walk. 2-out walk brings up Gomez, Carlos Gomez, who's 0 for 2 thus far. He's walked and grounded to third twice. Home run here puts him back in the game, but with only 1 out to spare. And he hits one deep to left. Ethier going back. Way back. Says he has it. And he's true to his word. And the Dodgers win game 1 of this 3-game set in Milwaukee by a score of 6-2. Even a fan running on the field and causing Kershaw to go to the showers early doesn't disrupt the Dodgers' winning streak. It starts a new one. Victorino on the game, 3 for 5. The big winner, the MVP it should be, 3 for 4 for Uribe with 5 RBI. Nobody surpassing that. Kershaw pitched great, only gave up 2 hits and had 6K, but his night was shortened by that disruption. There you see the bullpen gave up 1 run, but it wasn't earned on an error. Gallardo pitched valiantly, was in trouble constantly. 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks. And there's the miscellaneous things. The error by Loney. Dodgers out-homering the Brewers. And there you have it. When the game repopulates, the Dodgers will advance to 32-11. We'll see what that does to the lead in the West. Gives them a new person in second at San Diego. 7.5 games back now. So, the Dodgers have at least guaranteed themselves of a 500 road trip, winning the third game. Game 5 and 6 still remain, so they could have a winning road trip if they win either of those. So thank you for watching. We'll talk to you next time on Missed It by How Much.